Chanting "police go home," and Oakland police said get out, or officers are going in. Law enforcement from the Bay Area serving that eviction notice to these protesters right now. They are moving in on the Occupy Oakland protesters right in front of City Hall.
KCR3's Mallory Hoff monitoring all of the incoming video and reports from our feed room. Mallory, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, we are monitoring the feeds this morning. Certainly a lot of activity. Take a look right here. It may be a little dark, but if you take a look closer, you may be able to see these are actually police in riot gear surrounding the park in Oakland. We are looking at 14th and Broadway, that area there. Earlier today around 4:30, a motorcade arrived. You could see officers in riot gear out there, personnel moving in on the protesters. A number of white vans are stationed there. There is a chopper overhead. All of this while protesters have been chanting, "This is our First Amendment right." There appear to be several hundred officers at the scene there. You can see law enforcement just surrounding the protesters. Officers are warning, leave or face arrest, something these protesters all over the country have heard in recent weeks. And you may have noticed protesters and spectators trying to record the events there. Protesters determined to stay put. They have been standing with their arms linked throughout the morning. Earlier this morning, officers were staging at the Oakland Coliseum. Occupy Oakland protesters say they aren't moving despite the threat. The city issued a letter Friday warning protesters they would be arrested if they did not clear out. City officials have cited concerns about fire hazards, violence, and rats at the site. We spoke with one protester who says the raid is unnecessary. Take a listen.
While this was anticipated, it should make everyone really consider the monopoly of violence and the use of force on behalf of the state against its own citizens, and whose interests are we really protecting? When the city of Oakland is closing down schools, closing down public schools, closing down libraries every day, and yet we have this massive police force that continues to brutalize the public, and this morning we saw how they will continue to brutalize the public.
You just heard from a protester and graduate of UC Berkeley. I want you to take a look at some additional video now. You can see here it appears something is being sprayed into the air. Some of the protesters say tear gas has been used on them this morning. However, police have not confirmed that they have used tear gas at this time. Of course, something we will certainly continue to monitor. Taking a look back now at these live feeds, you can see officers out here in riot gear. I think you can hear chanting in the background now once again. These protesters chanting throughout the morning, "This is our First Amendment right." We have seen a number of arrests in the last few minutes, and we will, of course, continue to monitor these feeds as more becomes available. Back to you.
Mallory, thanks. We're also keeping an eye on this from above, so let's give you a look now at just how many officers that we're seeing out there at the plaza. If you are going to be traveling on BART today, right now BART is actually bypassing that 12th Street station because of those protests, so you're being asked at this point to go to 19.